So this morning we are just waiting for the embryologist to call us with our time for tomorrow. Our embryo transfer is tomorrow. I'm dying. I can't even believe, it feels so different than last time. I wish I could just even put it into words how it feels. Because last time it was just I don't even know, but this time I just can't even believe it's tomorrow. It's already here. It's crazy. I feel like I made these appointments and then it was just so far away, and it's just continued to be so far away in my mind. And now it's tomorrow. So we're just waiting for the embryologist to call. My mom is babysitting Luke tomorrow, but as you guys know, I'm very secretive about what's going on. So I asked my mom if she would watch Luke, and she keeps asking me what time, and I just keep saying, in the morning. She's like, what time is your appointment? I'm like, in the morning. So it'll be nice to finally say, oh, this is my appointment time, because I'm sure she's wondering, why the heck does she not have an actual appointment time? Because most of the time when you make an appointment with the doctor, you have a time. And I don't know if this is how other fertility clinics do it, but my fertility clinic, if you've got a transfer, they don't schedule, they kind of bookmark a time, but they don't schedule you a specific time until the day before. And I don't know why they do that, but that's what they do. So it's been kind of funny to kind of put my mom off. I don't know. So I'll be able to tell her a time this morning, which would be nice. I just can't believe it's tomorrow. Oh my gosh. And now I have to my clinic doesn't put me on bed rest. That's not how they do it. And apparently studies have shown that bed rest doesn't actually help, because the very first time I did my IVF, what's been 6 years ago, I was on bed rest. I was at the same clinic. I was on bed rest for a couple days. They did give me the Valium or whatever it was that I took. And then when I got pregnant with Luke, I asked them about it, and they're like, no, we don't do any of that anymore. We don't do the Valium. We don't do the bed rest, because studies have shown that it actually doesn't make a difference. So that, as a patient, that's fine. I trust them, but it was a little paranoid. So when I had my transfer with Luke, I actually kind of just took it really easy. The day of the transfer, after I got home, I just took it really easy. I didn't necessarily put myself on bed rest, but I just chilled out. And then the rest of the 2-week wait, I just went about my normal daily business without working out, obviously. But this time feels harder because I have a 23-pound child. So even if I want to put myself on a 1-day slight bed rest, that's hard because he's heavy and he's a lot of work and he's super active. So Mike will be working from home that day to really help me out. But oh my gosh, I'm shaky. But anyway, it's gonna be kind of weird. Oh, I can't believe it's tomorrow. Hey, Mike. You're never here for these videos.
Never.
So I got a phone call from the embryologist tomorrow at 9:45. I've been waiting for that phone call all day, and you were gone at church. I had the phone in my pocket on vibrate. Fed Luke, put him down, whatever. Didn't call. I came downstairs, grabbed a snack, and in the time of me walking, you can't fill a phone when it's vibrating, I missed the phone call.
Right.
They left a voicemail though. Whew. He did say though in the voicemail, if you have any questions, I'll be here for 10 more minutes. Oh, good grief. I have a funny story though. You already know the story.
Oh, good.
So when we moved here, we went to church, and there was this lady at church that looked familiar to me, and I couldn't remember what she was from, but I knew that I recognized her. Just happened to be watching the YouTube video of our transfer last time. She's the nurse. She was the nurse that was there helping do the transfer. And she's great. She's super nice. But there's a whole separation of people who, you know, treat you for health reasons and people that you know in your real life, and people who have seen all of me I don't want to know in my real life. And this lady goes to church with us. So I'm really, really, really hoping, and of course she's not going to remember me because she sees tons of patients, but I'm really, really hoping that she's not the nurse tomorrow helping. I don't know if the nurses are attached to the doctors, so like she's the nurse for that doctor, so she always helps. I have no idea. We're praying for that. She's super nice, but
I don't know.
Come on.
It is uncomfortable.
You would be uncomfortable. That's all. Are we excited? You look a little down in the dumps.
No, I'm excited. Are you excited?
Feels different. I've already said it feels different.
No.
It does.
I mean, it's not baby number one.
I don't know. Now it's just, we're excited, but it's like, how do we figure this whole 2 kids thing out? And being pregnant with a very small child out. We can't even figure out tomorrow,
No.
let alone the next,
However long.
what we hope is 9 months.
Yep.
If all works out, baby will be due at the end of October. You're so enthused.
There we go.
Why did I even invite you to this video? You're so boring.
You just sat down by me.
I know I did. It is embryo transfer day, and I am by myself. Unfortunately, we had a really rough night last night. Luke was sick, and we're all running off of like an hour and a half of sleep. That is not an exaggeration. I literally got an hour and a half of sleep last night. Even Luke, I didn't even know it was possible for babies to run on so little sleep, but Luke slept. Maybe he got 2.5 hours because he slept from like 8 to 9, and Mike and I hadn't gone to bed yet. If I had known I was gonna be awake all night, I would have been sleeping from 8 to 9 too. But it was a rough night, so my mom was gonna watch Luke this morning and Mike was gonna come with me here, but Luke needed to go to the doctor this morning. So we decided that I would just come by myself, take care of this baby, and Mike would go take care of the other baby. So hopefully everything's okay. He is very congested, crying, like inconsolable crying. It really reminds me a lot of when he had the UTI. He was just so inconsolable when he had that UTI. The first one anyway. But because of the congestion, I think it's possible that it's an ear infection. So we'll see. I don't know what to expect. So I'm just gonna let Mike handle that. And I'm gonna try to focus on this. I think I mentioned in an earlier vlog that my doctor doesn't do the Valium anymore. And I'm like, I need the Valium today. Because I am stressed. So hopefully everything will go okay with this appointment. Unfortunately, Mike was supposed to come with me to this appointment, and because he didn't come, he's supposed to give consent. So what they say is, if your spouse is coming with you, then that's great. But if they're not planning on coming with you, they need to sign a form giving consent before transfer day. Well, he was planning on coming with me from the very beginning, so we never even worried about consent, whatever. So then this morning, we were like, oh crap. So I mean, that's really the only reason he's not here. If he had to be here for consent, he would have come, obviously. But I called the doctor early this morning, and I shouldn't say I called the doctor, I got a secretary, of course. And she told me that in the appointment, as long as we call him and he gives verbal consent, that will suffice. I sure hope that that's true. It's one thing when the secretary gives you that, and not to say she's wrong, but it's nice to hear it from the doctor's mouth because the doctor is the one that's putting the embryo in me. or not. So hopefully the secretary knows what she's talking about. Anyway, I'm really sad that he's not here. It just, I mean, this whole time I've said it feels different, and it really does feel different now because he's not gonna be here. Like, I'm gonna be sitting there by myself, which is sad. But I mean, it's fine. It's not like I'm incapable of doing it by myself. I mean, I've done this before. If it had been my first time ever, that would have been not really an option because it's scary going into something that you've never done. But because I've done this before, and it wasn't even that long ago, so it's pretty fresh in the mind. I mean, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm so tired that I walked out of my house without a coat. It's 26 degrees and I have no coat. So that's awesome. And I am wearing my same socks that I wore when I had my transfer with Luke. So just a little good luck trim. Hopefully it brings me all the good luck. I'm just counting on this to work. I said to Mike yesterday, if it doesn't work, I'll be shocked. However, that was before all this stuff happened. Last night, in the middle of the night, I said to Mike, I'm about 95% sure it's not gonna work at this point just because of everything that had been going on with Luke and me just being stressed and tired. And anyway, so Mike's taking the day off today so he can just tend to the sick child so I can kind of relax a little bit. A little bit. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm tired. Oh. You know, somebody said to me, it's so rude that you yawn and you don't cover your mouth. Somebody commented that. I don't care. If that bothers you, unfollow. I just am being me, and I'm a new mom, and I'm tired, and I got an hour and a half of sleep last night, and this is just who I am. So if it offends you that I don't cover my mouth when I yawn, then me as a person, I must offend you. So please just leave. Please just leave. I am not here to rack up my followers. I'm here to tell my story, and if you'd like to follow along, follow along. If you don't want to, because I offend you, because I'm rude, or because I'm say something weird, or I have gotten so many weird comments before, as I'm sure anybody on social media gets. People are just mean. Anyway, now I'm rambling because I'm here really early again, but it's worth it. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna get pregnant today. It's gonna happen. I'm putting out really good vibes, and if I don't get pregnant, which I find out in 12 days. Oh, if I don't get pregnant, I told Mike, I'm going on a bender. Which for me is like, bring me all the Diet Coke. So, hopefully that doesn't happen. I've been doing really good. I've had the update on the sugar, no soda. I am definitely not, I guess I should check the time, huh? I mean, I was here pretty early though. What time is it? Okay, we're good. My first time around doing IVF. No, I guess it was my second time because it was with Luke because the first time didn't work. I cut out the sugar and cut out the soda, and I was like perfect about it. Like I didn't slip up at all. On days that I knew I was gonna give myself a break, because there were a couple days in there that I knew I was gonna give myself a break. Obviously those days I had some sugar or some soda or whatever I did, I don't remember. But other than that, like I was perfect. This time around, I've done pretty good. I am definitely not perfect like last time. So I had mentioned that the Super Bowl was within this time. I did have a soda on the Super Bowl. And then I also did have a soda with dinner the other night. And that's all. which is huge for me because I normally am drinking soda all day long. I know, it's bad for me. So sugar. That's why I go off of it when I do IVF. And then the sugar thing, I haven't had desserts for sure. I eat this paleo trail mix and it's got some chocolate chips in it that are made with coconut sugar. I have some of those. And then I've had like bread that's had sugar in it, because all bread has sugar. I actually made some cookies the other day that were sugar-free. They just had applesauce in them. Oh, they were so gross. I mean, let me rephrase. They weren't gross. They actually were fine, but they didn't taste like cookies, obviously. So I just like put peanut butter on and jam. But that's another thing. Like the jam that I use a jam or jelly, whatever, that is all fruit. So yes, it has sugar in it, but it's all fruit. It's got high sugars, but it's all fruit. There's no added sugar. So little things like that, the bread, you know, but I haven't like had a full on like donut or something, which I really want. I love donuts. So that's the update on the sugar soda thing. Of all days, today is the day that I need like a 44-ounce caffeinated drink. But today is also the day of the transfer, so we're not doing that. And most of the time when I drink soda, I drink caffeine free anyway, just because I'm nursing and because the caffeine actually doesn't really help me as much. As much as I'd like to have a nice big caffeinated drink today, it doesn't actually affect me as much as I wish it did sometimes. So now I'm rambling again. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? I'm a little nervous, but hopefully that nurse is not here, the one from my church. Awkward. Yeah, so it's freezing. I'm gonna get out of my car. We're gonna do this. Wish me luck. So one thing I wanted to add, unfortunately, because Mike is not here, if you've been following me for a while, you know that we like filmed the entire transfer last time. Because there's like a screen that they show and whatever, and Mike showed the ultrasound on the camera and stuff, but because he's not here, I'm not gonna get any of that beautiful footage, which is sad to me because it's good memories. But that's the card we've been dealt. The hand we've been dealt. The hand we've been dealt. So if you're gonna miss out on that beautiful footage, just go back and watch my old video and relive the beautiful footage from that video, I guess, because we're not getting it today because I'm not about to film while I'm having an embryo put inside of me. Well, all done. The baby is inside. Feeling good. That's really all, except for Luke has a friggin' double ear infection, which we figured, so that's just part of it. It's part of being a parent. But I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna take it easy. I can't believe the baby is now inside of me. It's crazy. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. 12 days. 12 days till we know. Back home with this sick guy. Hi, bud. You just feeling not good today? Look at his cheeks. He spent so much time crying last night. His cheeks are just red permanently, and he would, in the very, very small amount of time that he actually slept, he would just like, and then the wiping of the nose, and the, oh, it's so sad, huh? But Daddy's off to get some medicine for this double ear infection. We're gonna have some lunch. I wanted to show you guys, I forgot. I was frazzled in the car or whatever. Wanted to show you the embryo. They give me a picture of my little baby. So here's our embryo. I mean, it looks beautiful to me. I asked the doctor if the quality was the same as, you know, the one with Luke, and she said the quality is the same. This one just developed a little faster. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but anyway, back to the baby that's here. We're gonna have some food, huh? Hi. okay. Pray for me. It's gonna be a long